It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Herowarscentral, and in today's video, I thought we would do something a little different, something that I used to do every Sunday, but I want to do a little bit more holistically instead of just a short, couple of questions. So what I want to do is I want to go through some of my comments here, and every day I spend some time answering comments on YouTube, and of course replying to everybody on Discord and Facebook Messenger and all of that. But I thought it'd be fun today to record, 10-15 minutes of just going through and answering questions on my comment section. Now, obviously, I put a video out this morning, the week 20 skin sweepstakes winner. So go check that video out if you haven't already. The winner has already reached out to me, so sorry. better luck next week, I guess. But we're just gonna spend, 5 to 10, 15 minutes answering some questions on here. We're gonna, I don't want to answer too many, just no nonsense, not no nonsense, but just random questions. People that says like hi, like Terry that says hi, like how's it going? We will reply to that. Howdy. But I want to answer some actual questions. The Onigiri asks, tempted to build Aurora, but not entirely sure how she'll perform on mobile. So Aurora on mobile actually is a top tier tank. She's obviously not as good as she is on Facebook. But we're going to say top tier tank on mobile. You just gotta invest. We'll say that. Nice. Just know Kai is great team up with Kark. Yep, that is true. On mobile, I use Aurora with Orion Helios versus Kira Blender and Cleaver Peppy. Ah, interesting. Great idea. So Casper Jewel Jensen says that he uses Aurora with Orion and Helios versus Kira Blender teams and versus Cleaver and Peppy teams. I did not know that that was a counter. Interesting. Astaroth gives more with less. 50,000 strength stones is a major commitment. 50,000 strength stones plus glyphs is a major commitment. Jason, I would say that the barbarian skin for Astaroth is necessary. The barbarian, so Jason is referring to the dodge skin, the Nordic skin for Aurora. Giving, being required for Aurora to be a good tank. And I would argue that the barbarian skin for Astaroth is just as required for Astaroth to tank than the dodge skin is for Aurora. Is arguably as important or more so than the Nordic skin for Aurora. And that's because, you definitely want to invest in your tank's skins, probably more than any other hero in your, maybe your damage dealer's penetration skin if you have one. But I think the skin for your tanks are the most important skins to invest in. And of course, of those skins, the damage mitigation skins, the armor, the magic defense, the dodge, the health. Aurora on Facebook is better than mobile. Yes. Nice. He is awesome against mages. Talking about Rufus. Rufus is very nice against mages. And with his upcoming mobile rework, he's going to be even better. I think your advice is confusing and seems to be more focused on YouTube views, as in there is a special offer with any hero you start making that video. Sometimes you say this character is useless and that reverses that in some time. I still think she's the useless as always for a free player. Maybe you could please focus your videos on helping free-to-play players. Thanks. So PRSing, I appreciate the comment there. The point that you're trying to make is that I'm making a hero-focused video based on the event, and that's 100% the case. A big part of what I'm doing is relevancy, and in order to be relevant, I have conversations about heroes that are popular right now. And when we have an event like the Aurora event or the Qingmao event, Aurora Qingmao event, it wouldn't make sense for me to do an Astaroth focused video. It wouldn't make sense for me to do a Chaba focused video whenever, as you say, all of these new and free to play players are gaining Aurora Soulstones right now. So what should you do with those Aurora Soulstones? Should you invest heavily in this event? Should you invest heavily in the hero after the event ends? Those are the kinds of questions that I'm trying to answer. Now, I do change my mind just like anybody else. I have my own opinion, but you know, you got to realize that this is a business as well, and I'm gonna make videos that are relevant to what's happening in the game right now. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. But initially, I did say that Aurora was bad. I didn't know better. And there was a bug with her Violet skill for a while, and they've since fixed that bug. Aurora was she was a broken hero to me. She wasn't a good hero at all. And, you know, that my tune has kind of changed. But, you know, again, I say that a video that you might have watched about Aurora months ago that wasn't relevant to today is definitely more relevant today, given the environment that we have with the dodge energy changes on Facebook, and, you know, even on mobile, she's a strong hero. So I want to say, you know, thank you for the feedback. First and foremost, this is a business, and I want to stay relevant with what is happening in the game. Aurora, I do my videos based on what events are happening. It wouldn't make sense to do a Chaba or Astaroth or Ziri, whoops, I spelled Astaroth wrong, or Ziri video while there is an Aurora event. And, you know, just to add to that, I every Friday I'm doing free-to-play focus videos from now on. Tim says he's never had an issue with her in any team that he's fought. That's cool. That's cool. Free-to-play gets old very fast. Yeah, I'm really worried about my free-to-play account, because you can't, without purchasing anything, I won't be able to raid. I won't be able to speed up my item grinding, doing the the speed up combat. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Aurora buffs dodge for the team. Galahad buffs physical attack. The fact that Aurora buffs mitigation and Galahad doesn't is why she actually is a good tank, unlike Galahad. So Arctic Slicer makes a comment about during my Aurora video, I made the comment that Aurora and Galahad are very similar in the way that they're built. And, you know, obviously one is a magical attacking tank that's built on dodge, and then Galahad is what he is. But later on in the video, I make the point that Aurora does have that dodge artifact. So that's not to say that Galahad sucks. Galahad is very strong in the right team. He's very strong in less teams than Aurora is. I've been fiddling with Aurora, Yasmin, Dante, Nebula, Martha Dodge team in the max guild battle. They were awesome even when we can't use the pets. Dante can get like 3 million damage. I'm hearing a lot about this Dante Aurora combo. With Kayn, I think they'll wreak havoc. Unfortunately, I didn't use that Dodge team. It didn't spend resources to Aurora. Yeah, I mean, this game is all about, you know, resource management. When it really comes down to it, it's really more about managing your resources than it is about strategy. When will you update the tier list names? Okay, so Valentin P asks, when will I update the tier list names? I am my tier lists are unique in they're more based on utility and less on, you know, actual power level compared to other heroes. And the reason why I do that is because I think those S, A, B, C, and F tier lists are really subjective, and I feel like they don't tell a whole story, especially to new players. So I crafted my tier list with the idea that we want to be able to show a new player how this hero would fit into a team, not into a specific team, but how they could fit into any team, if that makes sense. And I'm definitely going to change the names. The names currently are joke names, and I have the names picked out that I'm going to be using. I just need to film the video. I need to complete the video talking about my complete tier list. So to Valentin, I'm going to say soon. Soon. Kanan Oliver with 1 better for her. I'm not sure what that means. Nice, but I don't pick Kai as my team. Yeah. That's okay. Talking about the Cleaver Kai combo, which actually didn't do too well. BK Lakshi says, Aurora, I need a little more investment to make her strong. Yeah. Aurora is one of those heroes that you need to invest a lot in. And the thing about Hero Wars is there are heroes that require a ton of investment, and there are heroes that require, little to no investment. And I kind of made that point a little bit whenever I was talking about the how much to invest in Aurora video last week. And I feel like all heroes are okay with just a little bit of investment, but they really, really start to shine and really start to come into their own once you add in another 20 to 30,000 power level, leveling up their glyphs, leveling up their skins and their artifacts. We're gonna say, yep, she's expensive. So I don't know if you guys love or hate this style of video. I'm worried that it'll take me a long time to really get through all these questions. Great insight, Charlie. Can you do a Celeste tier list one next? Eventually I'll get to it. I sort of focus on heroes that have an event. Yeah, this and Mafia City are truly bizarre marketing phenomena. So Never Silence is talking about these puzzle ads, and this video that I did earlier this year, talking about how puzzle ads were finally added to the game, is one of my it's one of my best performing videos that I've ever done. And I think a lot of people are upset. I think a lot of people, raise your hand wherever you are in the world if you joined Hero Wars because you wanted to play puzzle games. I know that I thought that the puzzles were coming later, and I kept playing for a few days thinking I was going to have access to the puzzles later on. But like by the time that I realized that there was no puzzles in the game, I'd fallen in love with the game for other reasons. So I guess the marketing worked, but very deceptive marketing strategies. I will say, the community manager Bob was in one of my live streams last week. Maybe it was the week before, and we were talking about how how it's deceptive marketing and all of that. And myself and my viewers made the statement that, how cool would it be to actually add these quests in? How many these not quests, but these puzzles that you see in the ads? How cool would it be to add them in as a daily task? Like, we have all these daily tasks, fight 3 times in arena and grand arena, use an XP potion, open 1 chest in the tower. How cool would it be? How cool would it be to have puzzle ads be a daily quest? Hide it somewhere in the campaign, or have it have its own thing that unlocks like at level 5 or something, like a puzzle, the puzzle master or something like that. I think that would be so cool. And then from there we started talking about how currently mobile deploys their gifts, their daily gifts. They request you to go and do a mission. They post on Facebook which mission that you want to go, and you get the silver chest or whatever it is, the rare chest, and a little bit of energy. But how cool would it be on mobile that instead of doing that, instead of going and doing a random mission just because they tell you to, how cool would it be to actually have to solve the riddle or solve the puzzle? And then we went and looked, and there was something like 50 different puzzles. Now, obviously, this company, this ad agency that Nexters pays to advertise for the game, is who owns the IP to those puzzles. But they could just as easily, they're making like 10 million a month. Nexters is. They could easily buy or build more puzzles and add them into the game. I think it's a great idea. Team at Hero Wars says, thank you for this video, short and to the point. We're gonna go, you bet. The character design is Aurora's worst weakness. Talking about how the character looks. Yeah. Free energy on mobile is based on your device's local time. I'm usually asleep from 8 to 11. So in my free-to-play video, Starlight Lemming makes the comment that I wasn't sure. On mobile, you have to log in at 3 different times of the day, and I wasn't sure how that was affected in different time zones. If it was the same time every day, or if it was based on your time zone. And he's answering this for me. So thanks for the info. Very cool. I love it when my community jumps in and helps out. So let's see. Nice live stream. Glad you enjoyed it. A couple more posts from T-Mat. I've been slow to shift to building her up because of fear of a change nerf, but eventually I'll need to bite the bullet. So Robert Garrity says he's been slow to build Aurora because of how popular she is on Facebook right now. He's been slow to build her because he fears that she's going to be nerfed. And while I somewhat do fear that she's going to get tweaked a little bit, maybe nerfed, maybe and to nerf something means to lower its effectiveness. I think instead what's going to happen is there's two philosophies around balancing a game. You can either take a really high damaging, highly popular hero and bring it down, right? Bring it down more in line with, other heroes, like up here, down to here. And they did that with Ishmael, and they did that recently a little bit with Sebastian. You can do that, or you can bring other heroes up, right? And then the parity is still there, just everything is a little bit more powerful. And I think this is better. Bringing other heroes up is better, because to get to here, people have to invest $1,000, like $1,000 in a year of their life to grow Aurora to 70,000 power, or 55,000 power, or whatever. So the big complaint people had whenever Ishmael went from here to here was that everybody was using Ishmael. Everybody was using Ishmael, and he was incredibly popular, incredibly powerful. He was in every team, hard to stop, and he was a tough hero. So everybody was investing in him. Everybody was investing in him. Excuse me. So they lowered him down, and everybody threw a fit. All these people that had spent hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars to max out Ishmael, all of a sudden had their time and their money completely invalidated. And understandably so, they would be upset. That's like buying a race car. That's like buying a race car to go to a race, and then and weeks and weeks and weeks you're doing okay, and then the owners of the race are like, all right, you're doing too good, so you're not allowed to use that car anymore, even though we understand that you spent $100,000 on building this car. People were upset. So I think we're going to start to see people, other heroes being brought up, or other pets being added to bring other heroes up. I think we're going to see a good counter. I think we're going to see other heroes buffed instead of seeing her nerfed. I called Galahad thick in that video. Thick. Shane Gill says that he used Yasmin and Celeste. So Furnace of Horror, Chapter 8 boss on Facebook is a joke if you have Yasmin. Yasmin wrecks bosses. Yasmin wrecks bosses. It is not even funny. It's not even funny. Let's see. Joel Bagnall says Elmer, Daredevil, and Dorian. That's my team on mobile. Yep, that's my team on mobile. So my team on mobile right now is Corvus, Elmir, Daredevil, Astrid, and Dorian. That's my team on mobile. Okay. Charlie, what do you think about? I already answered that. You're welcome. New player here needing advice. I have several heroes, but not sure on the team that I can make with them. I have Astaroth, Lilith, and Galahad, Celeste, the Adorian. The rest are Ginger, Arachne, Kira, Qingmao, Daredevil, Artemis, and Heidi. Charlie, what team should I build with the heroes I have? So we have a couple people jumping in here talking about picking a tank. You have 3 amazing choices for a healer, so read their skills and choose one. This is great advice. Grant Sears has great advice. He says choose Astaroth or Galahad. Use Astaroth unless your server is filled with Morgans, and then of course use Galahad. You have Raptor 86 has 3 amazing healers in Celestia and Dorian, so really just pick one. If you're going with Galahad, I would say that Dorian is probably a little better. If you're going with Astaroth, I would say that Thea is probably a little bit better, but they're both great. And then he suggested Qingmao, Kira, and Daredevil, but Kira, Arachne, and Daredevil are also good. I am probably going to use Arachne a lot in my free-to-play account, and then they go back and forth. I love my community. Grant Sears, thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping out, jumping in. All right, so let's answer a couple more. So Dofi Down says, which hero to counter Aurora? So the best heroes that I've heard to counter Aurora is Darkstar is good. Satori if you're on Facebook. Chaba does an okay job. She's tough though. I think Jorgen is probably a really strong counter to Dofi Down. I'm sorry, not to Dofi Down, to Aurora. Yeah. Okay, I'm having a debate with another member in my guild. I said the magic attack affects the energy block in first skill, so invest in that. But he doesn't think so. It doesn't say in the skill info. Does anybody know? So he's referring to Jorgen's... So it doesn't... So, okay. So he's referring to the Torment of Powerlessness. So let's see here. Richie, let's see. The ability blocks 100% of energy gain for 9 seconds, regardless of Jorgen's magic attack. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. That's how the skill reads. Torment of Powerlessness. Affected enemies cannot gain energy for 9 seconds. The magic attack stat will just affect the damage. Yeah. All right, guys, we're a little over 20 minutes. I might continue to do this. I might continue to do this each week. I don't know. You guys, let me know in the comment section below if this is an interesting video for you. I do want to spend more time replying to comments and chatting with people on Facebook. I'm probably going to do a bonus live stream like I mentioned on Tuesday. I do live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but occasionally I will do some bonus live streams. I will be giving away some gifts this week, so keep an eye open for that. Yeah, I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.